was a beautiful spring day.
Kaiju. It means strange creature in Japanese. In English, it's come to be kind of synonymous with giant monsters like Godzilla. There have been a lot of giant monster movies. You've got Godzilla and Mothra and Gamera, King Kong.
And Guild of the Flying Tortoise Zoom meeting.
Yep. So our guild meeting this month was to create the monsters and parts of the city. So every month we have a guild meeting where our patrons from Patreon join us and we make art and we have a theme and everybody makes contributions. I love having everybody drawing for us because you get things that you never would have thought of yourself and never would have expected. here we have two things happening. I am building an armature for my clay monster, and I am using Adobe Illustrator to lay out buildings for the city. And I used these as sort of the generic background, so they needed to be just blocky, chunky, boring buildings, which was real easy to lay out in Illustrator very quickly. So I wanted to kind of pay tribute to Ray Harryhausen, but also to the old Japanese kaiju and some of the earlier black and white monster movies. So I'm doing a skeleton like the Jason and the Argonauts old claymation skeletons. So I've got a skeleton with the sword, and I made the little shield, but he's a gorilla skeleton like King Kong, and then he's got the classic Godzilla back plates going down his back. He's got the Godzilla back plate, so he's a bit of a mishmash. And I made him so that all of his joints were just wire and the clay wasn't on the joints, but I haven't been brave enough to try to move him. So we'll do a video for our Patreon. If I can get him to move and not break, then I'll do a stop motion classic style monster movie with him and a Lego man or something. I don't know. Maybe one of you guys can make a little scared person. I don't know. He is made of armature wire with a little bit of foil, aluminum foil wrapped around him to bulk him out so I can use less clay. It's a skeleton, so it's not a lot of clay there. And I made this during the guild meeting, so he's a very, very quick build, but he's got super Sculpey for all of the clay parts, and then his sword is also super Sculpey. And his sword I baked separately and just baked it flat and then stuck it in his hand and wrapped the armature wire around it to support it, and then baked it again, and the sword got kind of like bent a little bit. Ooh, it's a little, maybe it's an action shot. It's bending because it's moving so fast. It looks like it's bending. Like when you wiggle a pencil. I don't think that's actually how swords work, but you know. It got a little bendy because I didn't have any structure in there, but for the quick that it was, it's really cute, I think.
It's like a pirate sword.
Oh yeah, it is.
That's what I saw it as.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going for the Jason and the Argonaut sword, but it could be a combo of all the things. Yeah, pirate sword it is. Once I finished drawing the buildings in Illustrator, I brought them into Photoshop and sort of skewed them at different angles to make them look like they were either a flat street or an angled street. I used a lot of bacon bond on him, on his on his feet and on all of his parts, because he's I think he'd be really fragile otherwise. And to attach his jaw onto his head and then attach his head onto his body, it worked really well because I kind of have been rough with him. I haven't tried to pose him, but I have been rough with him. When I was painting him, I was not gentle, and he survived. So first, when I was painting him, I based him gray. I'm using acrylic paint. You don't want to use oil-based paints on polymer clay because it'll get sticky and gross and never ever cure. But acrylic paint works really well. So I painted him dark gray, and now I'm dry brushing him with a light gray. And then I go in and dry brush him white. Then I added a green wash to his back plate, his Godzilla back plate, and some obnoxious metallic yellow highlights everywhere.
I did not know what to do, so I decided to draw the two current dark sides from Sanders' sides as the kind of animal that they are. So here is Remus as an octopus, like a giant octopus.
He's supposed to be a rat, you know?
Remus is not good for the kitties. Remus is a naughty, naughty boy. So it works for him being this big bad octopus.
And it is emblem too, there's tentacles.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of
That's
tentacles.
Right, his logo is tentacles. Interesting. So yeah, tentacles. That makes perfect sense. So we were inspired by King Kong vs. Godzilla, and we're gonna make our own epic kaiju with 4D giant monsters.
Giant monsters are super scary and super big and tall, and they're really strong. They go like, rah! Rah! And they're really scary. And they don't really exist in real life, but they exist in the movies. I'm a fan of like Japanese stuff.
Yeah, you like anime, huh?
Yeah, I like the anime style. Sometimes I try to do it and completely fail. Hair makeup.
Purple eye makeup.
And then I drew Janice as the snake.
Yeah.
Because snake.
Yeah.
He is a snake.
Yeah, Janice is a snake.
Half of his makeup is literally snake.
Yeah.
It's super realistic snake. Like, it's obvious that he's a snake. All the fan art is snake.
The hat and the cloak turned out so great on the snake. And his eye, he's just so...
He doesn't want to be here.
Yeah, he's better than everybody else. He's so over it.
He's like...
I definitely animated him as over it.
Instead of the little shadow thing that I do, I did a cat eye thing.
Yeah, the snake eye. Mm-hmm. I liked that, the little pointy eye.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. All right, Sam, what is this?
Done a big spiky monster.
Yeah.
Look, I'm coloring the spikes. I forgot.
Yeah, you were using a big grungy brush for that.
Yeah.
It was fun.
I cleaned it up with my eraser. That's the same brush.
Except for small.
Yeah.
And this monster gets to kill COVID, so this monster's really kind of a hero. And that's your animation that you did all by yourself of the buildings collapsing. Amazing. Those sock puppets were one of our first videos, actually, that we made. This is my very first attempt at using the 3D tools in After Effects. There's definitely weirdness, but it went okay. Daddy picked a lot of the music for this part.
There's Janice being bored.
Over it.
Yeah, he's more into the, like, getting people to do what he wants to, not the wreaking havoc in the physical sense. Sam made the little clay rubble there, and you decided you wanted to make rubble, and you spent a bunch of time on it. And I kind of thought it was strange that you were so determined to make a little rubble blob, but I ended up using it for everything, so it's a good thing you did.
Yeah.
I love this snail.
Get him go.
The second I saw the snail drawing, I knew what I wanted to do. And then Amanda did the monster with the glass factory, which is genius, a glass factory. There's Daddy's blob and Ellie's coyote, her dead coyote. She went camping with her grandparents and drew a dead coyote. And I said, oh my goodness, that dead coyote needs to attack our city. And there's your old zombie cat squishy tie. You made it when you were all little. Here's Grandma's COVID monster. And Sam's big green monster coming to save the day. Yeah. Squish the COVID monster. And then we're
Set
gonna
it on fire.
set it on fire, jump on it, and electrocute it. Rest in peace, COVID.
You will not be missed.
You will not be missed. There's Marnie's bacon monster. So funny. She was making a bacon monster. I love it. And our fire spores, lighting the city on fire.
Map City.
This guy, I think he said that that one was a monster that goes after illegal logging operations, I think, for Earth Day. You can do it, friend.
He's almost there.
You're almost there. This is our Sock Among Us imposter. We made Among Us Sock characters a few months ago. And some more Among Us friends. These guys, they remind me of Pac-Man. They're like Pac-Man gone wrong.
Yeah.
The electrical monsters toasting the city. Toasty.
Sleep.
You're there.
Almost
You
there.
got it.
Almost there.
Oh.
Oh no!
Oh no, you look so
Pet, pet,
sad.
pet, pet, pet.
You look so sad. Oh, there's Remus.
Sam drew the cars for this scene. I needed some cars, so she made me some cars. Yeah, Remus back there with the cars. The Simtipla from our blooper monster video attacking the city.
Who will save us? Tune in next month for the thrilling conclusion.